Well, good afternoon. This Friday edition of our devotions coming to you rather late. It's 10 to 4. I apologize for that. It's been a strange day. My smarter for you today is this. What's the best thing about elevator jokes? Answer, they work on so many different levels. It's just awful. My announcements today are as follows. Sherry Goodnight had surgery 8 days ago and she's doing very, very well. Sharon Rowan had a successful surgery yesterday and they got rid of a lot of adhesions inside her and she's doing very well. In fact, she said she wasn't even feeling too much pain. Gary Bestman had surgery this morning on some skin cancers, but I do not know what his condition is. Linda Lyle is having surgery as we speak, I do believe, in Ames. And Sandy McAllister from the Jewel Church had surgery about a week ago, and she's doing very well, but I don't know what the surgery's for. I've not been able to get a hold of anybody. So that's the announcements for today. I found a book. I bought the book 20 years ago for my two daughters. I gave it to them the year after Leah graduated high school. It's called Random Acts of Kindness. And I want to say a word about the book. It's a do-gooder's book. It's unabashedly, unashamedly a book about doing nice things for people. If you know me at all, you know that I'm a do-gooder, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. But what I'd like to do is share with you a short story and then speak a couple sentences about it and then have a prayer. So here we go. By the way, I want you to let me know what you think about these. If you like them, I'll continue them. If you don't like them, I'll stop them. It's just that simple. William Shakespeare once said, "The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath it. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that giveth and him that taketh." This is a first person story. Don't know the author. Doesn't matter. This is what she said. Every day I walk down the mall to get a cup of cappuccino, and every day I get hit up for spare change. Every day. Every single day. The panhandlers all have these wonderful stories, but you never know what to believe or who to believe. And after a while, quite frankly, it gets to be an irritation. And then I find myself getting upset that I am so irritated over what really is just spare change. One day this person comes up to me and says, "I just ran out of gas. My car is 6 blocks away from here down there, and I have 2 kids in the car, and I'm just trying to get back home." I said to myself, here we go again. But for some reason, I gave the man $10 for gas. Then I went on and got my cappuccino, and as I was walking back to the office, I saw the man standing by his car, which had run out of gas right in front of my office. Seeing me, he came over and said, "Thank you so much, but I don't need the full 10. And he gave me back two single dollar bills. Now, because of that action, I find that being asked for money no longer bothers me, and I give whenever I can, every time I get the chance, because after all, it's only spare change. Let's be at prayer. Well, before we pray, I want to say a word. We have entered an age, and we are in a culture where we really are being trained to not trust anybody. And I refute that. I go against that. I don't play that game. I do what this lady does. I give whenever I can. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Does that make me a sucker? Probably. Does it mean that I'm naive? Thank God, yes. Does it mean that I'm going to stop doing it because somebody's trying to wise me up? I don't think I'll ever change. And I hope to God that I don't. And I hope to God that this little sermonette that I'm saying right now will open your hearts just a little bit to not be afraid. Because after all, it's just spare change. Let's be at prayer. Oh God, our God, you come to us and you give us life. Teach us how wonderful it is to be like the Good Samaritan. Teach us how wonderful it is to be giving and not just always taking. Sustain us and preserve us this day. Help us to learn from this simple story. Amen. And before I close, I want to read a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Here we go. Agape, suffering love, is understanding, creative, redemptive goodwill toward all people. Agape is an overflowing love which seeks nothing in return. Theologians would say that it is the love of God operating inside the human heart. When you rise to love on this level, you love all people, not because you like them, not because their ways appeal to you, not because you agree with them, but you love them because God loved them first. You and I can learn from that too. God bless you.